Where is my package? Deliver it now, please. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Q&A with me, Jordan Steen. Hope everybody's having a great week so far. Sorry I missed last week. Not really actually sorry. I took off last week on purpose, so. But, anyways, hope that you all had a great week last week. We're going to get started here in just a sec. If you guys are already in the video, you can go ahead and do me a favor. Write your name, hit the thumbs up button, let me know that you're here. Why does this say it's getting delivered today and it's in Kentucky? I hope they know I live in Georgia. Anyways, sorry. Looking at a package I'm expecting. But how's everybody else doing? It's been a busy couple of weeks for me. I'm starting a new company. We're getting into Bitcoin mining. It's partially why I took off last week as well, because I was exhausted. But we're setting up a couple of different mining rigs to go more into the passive income lifestyle, because that's what it's all about, finding ways to earn passive income. But the goal is to manipulate the market to make Bitcoin go through the roof again. And just kidding. But we're going to do that, and hopefully the price does go back up, though, so it becomes more profitable. But we're going to set up basically a farm, and yeah. So it'll be going here pretty soon. Well, it's actually already going. Like, I'll show you guys. If you guys have any interest, I might put some content together on it, but just kind of depends. Anthony, Jamie, Dennis, Kevin, what's going on, guys? I'll show you guys what we're working with so far. So right now we have 3 GPUs running, which is, if you don't know, GPU is the graphics processing unit inside of your computer. I think that's what GPU stands for. But anyways, GPUs are what power the mining process, essentially. And so, like right now, we have 3 GPUs running. Oops. Let's see if we can get it to focus. Maybe a little further out. Okay, it's kind of hard to get there. Let's see if I go in slow. We're getting there. Basically, if you can't see it, that right there says $14. It's about how much we're mining per day. So the goal is we're going to get up to about 20 rigs or 20 GPUs. So anyways, if you guys aren't into mining, you should look into it. If you're not tech savvy, I don't recommend it. But, and I know it's backwards, Jamie. Oops. But, how's everybody doing? Everybody doing well? Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button if you haven't done it already. Let me know that you love these live Q&A sessions. It's a pretty cool little app, though, I'll tell you that much, because like I can literally sit here and I can look at all of the different rigs that we have running, like the first rig, second rig, third rig. And by tomorrow, we'll have 2 more running. I'm going after tonight's call to pick up another rig. And Ted is going in the morning to pick up another rig. So we'll have 5 running by tomorrow, which will put us at about $20 to $25 a day, hopefully. So, but $25 a day times 30, it's a nice little payout, right? It's almost $800 a month to do pretty much nothing, minus the power expense, which for 5 rigs won't be a lot. So, pretty happy about it. And then once Bitcoin goes back up in price, we'll make even more money. So the question right now is whether we should hold it and sell it later. But it kind of depends on where the market's at. Sorry, I'm talking so much about crypto. If you guys have questions about your marketing agency, obviously go ahead and put those in. We can get started on that track too. But while I'm waiting for questions to come in, just talking about what I've been up to. Let's look at coin market cap real quick and see what the price is at. We're at 38 still, which is solid. we've kind of leveled out on the downturn. We hit 40, I know, yesterday at some point. Let's see. Let's go to the 1 day. Nope, let's go to the 7 day. Nope, let's go to the 1 month. So we came down from like, why is this saying, okay, 58. I was looking at the wrong thing. 58K, dropped down, hit the low end of like 32, 30, somewhere in there. And then we came back up, sitting at about 38 now for a week, which this is starting to look like an uptick, which is good. Prices are going to come back. People are so weary about like Bitcoin prices and things like that, and everybody's trying to sell, which is hilarious because if you know anything, right now isn't really a time to sell, it's a time to buy, and then you sell later. Oh, this dude is selling. Wait, what? Oh. All right, let's get into these questions. Thanks for recommending Dudaman. Got a nice little site, and I can charge people about $500 to make their site. You should be charging people way more than $500. Just trust me, guys. If you're building a website, the minimum you should charge is probably around $2,000. You guys are missing out on tons. Jordan, if Facebook bans a client's ad account, is that on the agency? I mean, it depends on who's managing it. Usually, yeah, if the account gets banned or shut down, it's on whoever's running the ads. Can anybody mine crypto? Yeah, literally anybody can do it. You just have to have the technical know-how to build computers, which I found is not that complicated, but if you've never worked with technology before, it could be, a little bit more complicated. But there are guides online, and it's a pretty simple process. You need a motherboard, a GPU, which is the graphics card. You need a CPU, which is the processor. You need RAM. I think you only need SSD. You don't even need a hard drive because you're not storing any data, so you don't even need a hard drive. You need a power supply unit, some fans. What am I missing? And a bunch of cables. And that's pretty much it. And you can get started mining. The good thing is I have a great resource at my company. My business partner, Ted, knows all about this kind of stuff. So I just basically told him, hey, look, tell me what we need. You're going to work on the build and optimizing the build, making sure we're using the equipment to the best of its ability, that we're not overusing it, that we're only mining when it's profitable to mine. We're going to have setups in place that will allow us to remotely shut off our computers if it's not profitable at one point to mine, because obviously we don't want to mine at a loss. There's no sense in doing that. So, yeah, but anybody can do it. You could white label it, Duda, and do SaaS, but I don't know why you'd want to do that. Way more money to be made building the websites than to do SaaS, just because most people aren't going to buy a website platform from you unless you already have like a lot. Like if I were to take Serial Entrepreneur and do like an affiliate style thing with Duda and tell people that I built a web design platform and they go on Duda and use that, that would be a little easier. But if you're just doing it as a local business to local business clients, probably not the best idea. Sorry, it's been a long couple of weeks. And Memorial's coming up this week. So, going golfing Saturday. I think I'm going to the lake Sunday. And I got asked to golf Monday. Oh, crap, did I commit to that? I think I'm going golfing Saturday and Monday. Oy. It's going to be a long weekend, ladies and gents. But go ahead, guys, if you have questions about your agency, let's go ahead and get those in the chat. We can go ahead and start making sure that you guys get the things you need answered. Because I will have to cut out today at about 8:20ish, because I got to go meet this person to pick up more GPUs. Doing a deal in the Kroger parking lot. It's going to look super sketch. Kidding. Are boosting and Facebook advertising? Yes. Don't ever boost if you're actually trying to get results with your campaign. It seems like Facebook keeps adding features to boosting a post from within a group. It is looking more and more like the Business Manager. You still have more control using Business Manager. It's typically with audience creation and things like that. If you're just talking about uploading the copy and the creative, that's always going to pretty much look the same. But when it comes down to audience targeting, campaign management, and what I mean by that is like the optimization or removal of campaigns, Business Manager is really the better platform for that. So I would strongly recommend, if you're going to do it, definitely do it with Business Manager. Oh my God, I gotta stop yawning. You guys are gonna get mad at me like, Jordan, I bet some of you are sitting over there watching me yawn and then you start yawning. Who just yawned? All right, I'm up. Did you have any doubts when running ad campaigns for the first time for your clients? Arkham, here's the thing. If you're the one trying to run campaigns for your clients, you're already messing up. This is the biggest thing that I've been working on with my students and my mentees, the people that I mentor. The biggest thing you guys have to realize is stop being the one to try and run the campaign. Stop being the one who's developing the website. Stop being the one who's writing the copy. Stop being the one who's doing the graphic design. Stop being the one who's doing PPC ads. Stop being the one who's doing the SEO. Stop being the one who's doing anything that is related to the marketing campaign. Your job as the owner is to be the project manager and marketing strategist. That's it. You shouldn't be working in these campaigns. And the reason why people think, oh, well, I can't do that. I got to do it in the beginning. No, you don't. Price your services properly, and you don't have to, because you'll still make a profit, and you'll be able to hire someone to do those jobs for you. The issue then comes down to people who, they're like, well, I've got to pay myself something. Yeah, you do. So if that means getting a job, a part-time job where you can make some money that's going to supplement some of that income that you're not making as you're building your business, that's what it takes. This is the reason, there's a lot of people who, they try to do it themselves or do it their own way. The issue is you're going down the exact wrong path that you shouldn't be going down, and it's going to hurt you so much in the long run. People who choose to take that path, I promise you, they fail more often than not. And the reason why is because that's not an optimal strategy. It doesn't make sense to charge less so that way you can manage the ads, which in turn means that you can't spend more time selling and getting more clients, which is required to grow your business. So you end up with 4 clients and you're busy as hell and you have no time to pick up any new clients. So you're maxed out at $3,000, $4,000, $7,000 a month. That's in revenue. Your profit's probably sitting at $1,000, $2,000, maybe $3,000 if you're really good, but I doubt it. I mean, $3,000 would be hard to make off of $7,000 in revenue, considering expenses, unless you're just paying yourself everything. And then we got to look at the other thing. Okay, if you're just paying yourself all of that money and you're not hiring anybody to do anything, that means you're calling yourself an expert at every single digital marketing service out there, which is not possible. There's people who are great at several different things. You can't be a graphic designer, ads manager, copywriter, web designer, app developer. You just can't be all those pieces. It's impossible. So the point is, stop trying to run the campaigns yourself. And when you rely on an expert who's going to run those campaigns, you work together, you collaborate, you use their experience plus your experience, and you combine together, you feel a lot more confident. Plus, you know that they know how to set up audiences properly, they know how to retarget properly, they know how to optimize campaigns. There are so many things that people do wrong, and it's because they think that they have to, the whole goal, guys, and this is what I want you guys to see. The whole point of all of you starting this business is so you can stop spending time working. So why would you build a method or build a business model that's going to require you to work more? It's going to literally put you in that same 40, 50, 60 hour per week job that you were trying to escape from. So seriously, guys, hear me out. Stop trying to manage the campaigns yourself. You are a business owner. If you want to be a freelancer, then go do that. But don't call yourself you're not a digital marketer. You're a Facebook ads manager, which is a form of digital marketing, but you're not an all-encompassing digital marketer. You specify or you specialize in one thing. Really, you're a freelancer. And that's it. And there's nothing wrong with freelancing, but you have to understand the difference for your own sake, because then your business suffers, your clients suffer, everybody suffers, and you're not going to end up at the goal that you want to reach, which is freedom, right? Financial freedom, time freedom, doing the things you want to do, spending time doing the things you want to do. If you do not follow what I'm telling you right now, you're going to end up in that spot. Promise you. I've seen it happen 100,000 times at this point. And it's never fun. So just trust me, guys. Take these words of advice. I promise you it will make it so much easier on yourself later. Well, Arkham, if you're not, and you're worried about your media buyers, then, I mean, did you properly vet them? Because you shouldn't be worried about your media buyers. The reason why I knew I'm not worried about my media buyers is because I asked them how much they've spent in the past. That's like one of the most important questions you can ask. If you ask someone, hey, how much in ad spend, have you managed in the past? If they tell you, oh, I've done about $100,000, you got your feet wet, but you're not really an expert yet. I look for a minimum, and this is a very, very bare minimum, and they have to show me some really impressive stuff at this level to be able to actually show me this and me hire them. But the minimum is 500 grand in ad spend. If you haven't managed at least 500 grand and actually have some results to show me that are pretty incredible, I'm not going to hire you. I'm really looking for someone who spent about $1 million in ad spend. That means they really know what they're doing. They know all of the new stuff. They know all of the old stuff. They know what's worked in the past. They know the types of campaigns, offers, copy to use. They know what works, right? So if you've properly vetted these people, then you shouldn't feel uncomfortable. You shouldn't feel worried because you know that your team has. And then again, the other thing about this is, because I talked about this earlier with someone who's signing up for my Done With You agency program, we were talking about one of his clients, and his client has $300 to spend. I was like, dude, that's going to be tough. Like, it doesn't matter how good your ad manager is at that point. If you're spending $300 a month in a very competitive industry, chiropractic is not cheap. It's competitive. So if you're spending $300 a month and your competitors are out there spending $2 grand, $3 grand, $5 grand a month, you're screwed. They're going to outshine you every single time. And there's bigger budgets than that, trust me. So, as long as you know that your team is straight, and you have a solid budget to work with, then you shouldn't feel worried. And Chance is telling you guys you cannot scale by doing it all yourself. You will be an overworked employee. I know from experience. He's actually one of my students, one of my mentees. Chance is actually working on this right now. He's actually working on hiring people to start fulfilling these jobs. He and I actually had a discussion like a week or two ago, and he's like, you know, I had this client, they needed some stuff done with their website. And so on a project that would have taken him 10, 12, 15 hours, he hired a web developer that really knew what they were doing, got in there and did it for, you know, probably 50, 100, 200 bucks, something like that, something cheap, versus his 10 to 15 hours, which if we even look at our base rate, our base hourly rate, which as an agency should be about 100 bucks, that's like low end too. Like really it's like 150 to 200 is the goal. 300 is really, really the goal. But like if we look at it just from $100 per hour, that means if I spent 10 to 15 hours, that means I spent $1,000 to $1,500 versus the $200 that it actually cost me to hire an expert to do that job, do it right, get it done the first time. And it also means that I could spend that time working on other things, building the business, not working in the business. So I want you guys to see that, like, look at it from a financial perspective. Where do you, and opportunity cost. Who here has heard of the phrase opportunity cost? If you haven't, you need to go look it up. Like right now, you can actually like open up another window and look up the definition to opportunity cost. Basically, it means I could do all this work myself. It's going to cost me probably around $1,000 to $1,500 in my time and resources. Or I can use this opportunity over here where there's this guy who already knows how to do it, and all I have to do is pay him $200, $300, and I get it done right the first time. Which would you choose? So I want you guys to be able to weigh those things out. Powerful words being spoken. Jimmy, thank you. I've got a client meeting tomorrow for a sign paint company that wants social media management. I'm going to try and upsell them to a website. Do it. If you can, almost every client, unless their website is already pretty badass, and has a strong SEO technical setup, all of the SEO metadata and just the technical side, the on-page SEO is done, fine. But if they have a crap website, man, websites should be the first upsell. And the sell is easy because it's, look, Mr. Business Owner, I would love to run these ads for you. And I think it's very smart that you want to run these ads because, as we all know, digital is the new way to market to your clients, right? But here's the thing. I can do all that I can. I can run the greatest ad campaign you've ever seen. I could spend all the money in the world. But the issue is, where do people go when they want to find out information about your business nowadays in an online perspective? Well, they're going to look at you, oh, my website. Right. The issue is your website is not built. Whoever previously built this site did not build it with a sales approach in mind. We call at my agency the website the money site. Why? Because that's where your money is made. It's where people go to make appointments. It's where people go to read about your business, the services, the products you offer. So if they have a hard time navigating through it, or they don't have it, and it seems small, but layering buttons all throughout a single page will actually get you more clicks on your page, which will then lead to more appointments. Currently, they have one place barely on a page where it's really hard to find, right? So other than that, they got to go to the contact button and call someone, and not everybody wants to call. Some people will call, but not everybody will. So point being, Mr. Business Owners, I can run this ad campaign, but I do not suggest doing it without either, number one, building a landing page, which we can do, but that's just a short-term kind of band-aid situation. Or number two, we build you a brand new website. It's going to do two really great things for you though. Number one, it means we can now advertise to your site. Those social media ads, that's going to be great. Number two is we put SEO on your site. What does this mean? It means we're going to actually get you to start ranking organically in Google. So what does that mean? Well, basically, you've seen the ads at the very top, but there's the thing like the maps section and the immediate organic search results right below that, right? When we redo this site, it's going to be performing well. It's going to be technically solid. It's going to be a great website. It's going to look great. People are going to click on it, engage on it, and cause Google to now want to rank your site because now you're more relevant and people like using your website. Because what does Google want? They want to provide the best search result to their viewers as possible. So we have to start with the site. It's the base of everything else, every other campaign you want to try to run, whether it's social, whether it's Google ads, whether it's SEO, email, content marketing, every other form of marketing online relies on that website to be awesome. So again, I would recommend strongly we start with the website, and we can work this into phases. We don't have to start the ad campaign right now because I know it's going to be, cost more to get the website done. But let's start with the website, get your base up, right? You have to have a base. Otherwise, you're just going to fall over. Right? If we didn't have feet, we would fall over. Those are our base. Your website is your feet, right? So let's get those feet on the ground, and then we'll start building from there. Phase 2 will be add in the ad campaign. Phase 3 will be optimize SEO even further. Phase 4, we're going to start to implement a CRM, an email text message campaign to automate the process so you guys have less work to do, right? We'll remove some of that redundancy from your business. And that's selling, guys. It's so easy to really work work websites into a conversation, because it's about understanding what this person needs to hear to actually visualize, but also understand why it's so important. Just hop on the live SMMA. For Facebook ads, still going to work. Yes, Facebook ads will 100% work. Arkham, yes, he had a $300 ad spend and was charging $800 for management of stuff, which I think $500 actually was management of ads. And then 300 of that 800 was going towards CRM stuff, or was it 500 CRM and 300 Facebook? It was 500 CRM, 300 Facebook management, which was kind of backwards, I told him. Hey Jordan, Lee recently subscribed to your page and email plus been watching and learning a lot from you. Thanks a milli. Do you have any best practices for hiring or posting jobs for talent on Upwork? The biggest thing is when you're posting for jobs, the description needs to be longer than what you probably think. Most people just go in there and they put in 3 sentences and that's it. You need to be very specific about who you're looking for. You need to I like to put in extra questions on there to filter through the people who are just lazily going out and submitting a freaking resume to everybody. I want people who are actually going to give a damn. And the people who give a damn are actually going to go into those questions and they're going to answer them completely, right? Versus some scripted answer that you can tell. Outside of that, as soon as you post a job on Upwork, I sit there and I go through like the first 15 pages of search results, and I'll start requesting all of those people to come to my job. Don't just sit there and expect people to come to your job. You should actually be going through and filtering through some of the search results and finding people that you feel are qualified as well. Do you use SpyFu still? I was looking at the free version and I liked it a lot. I haven't used SpyFu in a long time. It's very similar to a lot of other software though. Like, you really don't need SpyFu anymore. If you're going to use something like Ahrefs or what's the other one? Why can't I think of it? I can't think of it now. I forgot the name. It just blanked on it. But it's very similar to Ahrefs. It's the other one. Ruan uses it. I can't even remember the name of it either. Anyways, you just need something like that. You don't really need SpyFu. Salesman poetry. That's what I'm saying though, guys. Here's the thing. You should have heard me on my first sales pitch. It did not sound like that. This is all developed from practice. Yeah, SEMrush. That's what I was thinking of, Chance. But this is it's all because of practice. I've done this hundreds, if not thousands of times. And the thing is, you're saying the same thing every time. So what's beautiful about sales really is when you understand the product and the customer, you're not really saying much different. You're saying the same thing over and over and over again, which kind of gets annoying about sales. But it's also what makes it very easy, right? If I only have to say pretty much the same thing over and over again, I'm going to find different ways to craft that and make it really, really cool sounding. And it's going to be pretty easy because I've done it 100 times, right? Or 1,000 times or thousands of times. The more you do it, the better you're going to get at it too, I promise you. And struggling to find clients, what would you recommend to find Facebook ad clients? Sheldon, so I'm going to ask you a couple questions. I want you to answer them in the chat. Number one, how many businesses are you reaching out to per day? All right. How many days per week are you reaching out to businesses? Number three, are you following up with people? If so, how many are you following up with per day? Even if they don't answer the first time, you should still be following up with them. So answer those three questions. How many people are you reaching out to per day? How many people are you following up with? What was the third one? Damn it. This is not good. I think you heard me. You know the questions, but I want the answers to those three. Will definitely be more specific in my posts and already started to identify and save talents I'm interested in. Adrian, what do you mean by your posts? Oh, you're talking about job posts. Never mind. That's right. You had the question about job posts. Selling is the easy part for me, at least. Well, that may be true, but are you making sure that they're spending enough? Because selling is easy if you're giving somebody the deal of a lifetime, right? I can go into a business right now and say, "Hey, I'll build you a website for $100." They'll be like, "All right, cool." They don't have one. Yeah, that's easy to sell. But if I go into that same business and they're a new business and I tell them I'll build you a brand new website. It's got SEO. It's got everything you need. It's going to have all of the forms you need on it. It'll direct everything to your email and notify you when you get new leads, whatever. But it's going to cost you $3,500. That's not as easy as going to that same business and selling it to them, right? So pricing is also the most important part on your end, because if you're not profitable, it doesn't matter how many websites you can sell. Okay, great. Because pricing is Pricing is probably the number one mistake most people make when it comes to their business. Outside of not hiring other people to do the work as they should, the biggest issue is that they don't price their services properly. So then they underprice, which means they can't hire anybody in the future, and it's going to be harder for them to get results for their clients because they don't have enough money to spend. So Sheldon, answer me those questions and I'll let you know my thoughts on why you might not be having success. Because what most people don't realize about sales, it's just a numbers game, guys. And when you hit your numbers, how many days per week? That was the third one. How many days per week are you reaching out to businesses? But that's what most people don't realize. It's all about the numbers. And if your numbers are not on point, you're not doing it. Been doing 10 per day for about 2 weeks. I'm pretty new. I've not followed up with any unless they reply. And I also forgot the third question. Hello. Okay. How many days a week, Sheldon? Here's the first issue I see. You're reaching out to 10 per day. You need to be reaching out to about 50 to 100 per day. You need to have about 250 new outputs every single week. Okay? I know that seems like a lot, but trust me, it's possible. The second thing is you haven't followed up with anybody. A lot of sales come in the follow-up. Most sales are actually done in the follow-up, not on the initial outreach. You're expecting people who have busy days, schedules, people blowing them up all the freaking time about marketing. You trust me, you are not the only person reaching out to that business about marketing. You're probably not even the second or third. So, all right, five days a week is good. But the follow-up is key. You need to be reaching out to those businesses. So if you reach out to 50 new businesses, that next day, you should be following up with 30. Right? And then every day you reach out, 50 new businesses, 30 follow-ups, 50 new businesses, 30 follow-ups. You do that for a month, Sheldon, and I guarantee you will land 2 to 5 clients, minimum. It is as simple as that. It is a numbers game. The more businesses you reach out to, the more opportunities you have to pitch your services. Right now, it sounds like you're probably not even getting the opportunities to pitch your services much, which is why you're not landing clients, right? So you have to start getting those opportunities more. What is this also going to do? It's going to make you a better salesman. Why? Because you're doing it over and over and over again. You're reaching out to and setting appointments with 10 businesses a week versus maybe 1, maybe 2. What's a good and easy incentive you can hand out as a sample besides a free consultation? An audit? I mean, that's what most agencies do. Outside of that, there isn't really much you can do. Offer free logo design. Some people will do that because logos are pretty cheap. What does a follow-up look like? Well, if they don't respond, it's, hey, I sent you an email the other day. I see you didn't respond, but I wanted to see if I, something along those lines. But I wanted to jump on your calendar. Obviously not those exact words, but that's essentially what you're doing. You're just following up. You didn't respond. I'm following up. That's it. And if they do respond and you, somehow they drop off and you don't end up setting the appointment, then you should definitely be following up with them because they're engaging, right? You should be following up and don't become a pest. Don't become a nuisance. If you reach out to them, 5 times, 6 times over 2 weeks and they don't respond anymore, stop hitting them up. Reach back out to them in 6 months. Karen, it could be phone calls or emails. I know people that are doing cold calls, 50. Dude, who was it? My buddy the other day was talking to me about, or was it somebody, was it Chance? Maybe it was you, Chance. I think it was you, Chance. You were talking about insurance. Chance used to work in insurance. And he was doing, I think he said 150 calls a day. Trust me, guys, it is possible. It's that you don't want to do it. And I get it. It sucks. It's not fun. But do you want your successful business or do you want to keep doing the same old thing and running around saying you can't get clients? Because that's what people usually end up doing. But I get it. It sucks. But I also get the fact that if I want it to be successful, I'm going to have to do some shit. And it's going to suck sometimes. But it's worth it when you reach to here, right? When you make it to that point that you're trying to make it to. Honestly, if you're doing it by email, you should be doing way more than that. I would set up an auto bot and but make sure you do that the right way. If you don't know about cold emailing, please do not attempt to do it just out of nowhere. Learn about cold emailing first. Learn about warming up your domain. Learn about all that before you ever just decide to go buy a list of 10,000 people and hit them up. Yep, Charlton, that's a good way to look at it. If it sucks, it's probably going to make money. Because that's the thing. Everybody wants this dream job. Even, here's the funny part. Even those, Instagram influencers, even those video gamers that you see that are just sitting there playing video games all day. Trust me, there are days when they're sitting there wishing, wish I didn't have to shoot this shit. Yeah, I'm making good money, but I really wish I didn't have to do this today. It's such a beautiful day outside. I would love to go outside for a little bit. Nope, I gotta sit here and I gotta stream because my fans expect it, and that's how I make my money. Trust me. I had this conversation the other day with my buddy's girlfriend. We were talking and she was like, I just don't know what I want to do. And my buddy, he's very successful, has a really great job. He's making good money. And I have, excuse me, my thing. And she's sitting I just don't know what I want to do. I can't find anything that I just love. And we both had the same response. Look, Kate, Trust me, I love what I do, but there are times where I don't want to do what I got to do. Like I don't want to always have to work on the things that I have to do. But that's just part of and the mentality that we have is the same. Like I would much rather do what I have to do now than have to, like for 10, 15 years versus doing it for 20, 30 years. Like would you rather do something you hate for 30 years versus something you can do now and it's going to suck for a little bit but you do it for 15, 10? Every time. That's what I would pick. Excuse me. But Charlton makes a good point. If it sucks, it's probably going to make money because no one else wants to do it. And that also isn't always true, Charlton. Like, let's think about, like, I don't know. And no offense to anybody who does this, but, I mean, really, who wants to do this? Like, garbage men. Like, I love them because we have to have them. Without them, we would have a bunch of trash laying all over the streets, and it would be a smelly, crappy world. But I can guarantee you that when someone's 18 years old and they're thinking about what they want to be when they grow up or when they become an adult, they're not like, I want to go be a garbage man. I want to smell trash all day and smell like trash when I get done at the end of the day and, make decent money, but not really, incredible money. Dude, Sheldon, there are multi-million dollar agencies that only do ads. Of course there is. Of course it's possible. Especially if you're in the right industry. For example, the auto industry. You get one client, they're spending $200K, $500,000 a month on ads, which means your management fee is probably $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, maybe more, depending on how you have it structured. But moral of the story, guys, anybody can do this. Anybody can do anything you really want to do as far as your career is concerned. What you have to get out of your mind is, I don't know if I'm going to love it. Like, you're not always going to love anything that you do. It doesn't matter. If you think that these people out here that are living your dream job love what they do all the time, you would be mistaken. Those people are sociopaths. People who just wake up every day and they just want to work all day and that's all they ever want to do. To me, those people are sociopaths. Like, I cannot fathom that. Like, working all day, every day. That's why I chose to do what I'm doing, is so I could try to get out of working even sooner than I, am on average should be. Got a little baby hair hanging. Look at him right there. Anybody watching my Hawks in the playoffs? We lost last night. It was kind of sad. But we're going to have to start wrapping tonight up. Again, I got to hop out, and we're not done yet, though, so don't go anywhere just yet. We got one thing left to do. But I got to go pick up a GPU after this call, meeting somebody at 9. So, anyways, got to wrap up tonight's call a little bit early so I can make it over there on time. But that being said, every day before we get off, I need you guys to do one thing. First of all, hit the thumbs up button if you like tonight's call. I'd appreciate that a lot. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button for me. And also make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so. Last but not least, make sure to check the description right below the video. Tons of really cool links, tools, software, stuff that I offer right down there in the description. Last thing is, if you want to play the mentorship giveaway game, what this is a game where if you win, all you have to do is, I'm going to ask a question, you have to answer it right and be the first person to answer it right. First person to answer it right wins access to my mentorship program, where I go live twice a week on Tuesdays and Wednesdays at 6 p.m. and 3 p.m. EST. Isn't that right, Charlton? I know you're here. Anyways, if you want access to that program, you have to do two things. Number one, you have to hit the thumbs up button anyway. If you don't hit the thumbs up button and you try to answer and you get it right, you're not going to win. Number two, you have to write in the chat, hey, Jordan, I want to play the mentorship giveaway game. Or just say, hey, I really want to play. Or, yeah, let's play. Something that signifies you want to play the mentorship giveaway game. Once we get that done, we will go ahead and get started, and I'll ask a question. And, yeah. You think Julio is headed out of Atlanta? I do not know, man. It's not looking good, I'll tell you that much. I am coming to Atlanta for the Falcons and Washington football game. Nice. Well, maybe we can meet up for a beer or something. Guessing the answer because I missed the first half. I'm trying to play the mentorship game. Ha. Well, we've got 18 people, 19 people watching, and only 13 thumbs up. So I hope you guys... Otherwise, I'm just going to... Okay, Sheldon and Karen want to play. Anybody else want to play? If not, it's fine. It just means Sheldon and Karen have a really good chance of winning. I know Charlton said he wants to play too. He's already in the program, so he doesn't count. Nicholas Phillip wants to play. That's 3. Lonely. Didn't you just win, Lonely? I thought you just won. Maybe you didn't. Internet, don't fail me now. You got it, man. I believe in you. Sheldon said nobody else play. Jan wants to play. Danae is in here. There it is. I was like, why is it blocking that message? Sorry, Danae's in here dabbing. Just real quick, just my favorite's like the seeing people do that cracks me up. I don't know why. It's just so funny to me. Lonely, reset your modem. You wouldn't want to do it right now. You should do that before we get to the mentorship giveaway part. Oh God, I just watched myself do it. I look ridiculous. Alright, let me pick out a question really quick. Oh, I know my question. Alright, guys. You ready to play? Here we go. The question is, how many businesses should you be reaching out to per day? If you're reaching out cold to businesses, I said one number, not follow-up. How many businesses should you be reaching out to per day, 5 days a week, to get success with getting clients with cold outreach? Ooh, Adrian is the winner for today. Lonely? Man, I feel bad, man. I really do. God, it's like 6 people got it in 5 people. Oh, God. Yeah, man, you're going to have to like go to a Starbucks one night when we're doing this. I feel so bad, man. I'm sorry. I knew you know the answer. But, yes, the answer is 50 to 100. So, Adrian Beetle, you are the winner for tonight. You know what? Here's what I'm going to do. Everybody who's still here, I'm just going to give everybody a mentorship program. How about that? Because I feel bad for Lonely. He's been coming in week after week, and because of his internet, he can't win, even when he gets the question right. So how about this? Everybody who came on here tonight, here's what you need to do, though. If you don't do this, you will not get access. All right? Is that fine? I'll give everybody one. You get 1 month. After that, you do have to pay. It's $20 a month. But here's what you have to do if you want to get access, all right? You have to type your first and last name as it appears on Facebook in the chat. Okay? If you do not post it as it appears on Facebook, so if it's something completely different on Facebook, I need you to write it in the chat. If you don't write it in the chat, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a screenshot to my admin. He's going to get a screenshot of all of your names, and if your name isn't on that list, he's not going to send you one. So I need you to write your name in the chat right now. All right? And then, after you're done doing that, I want to put my link right in the chat here as well. That's my link. You need to go there and you need to send me a message telling me that you get access, that you want access to the mentorship program. But again, if you do not write your full name, I'm going to give you guys 2 minutes. If you do not write your full name in the chat, you will not win, or you will not get access. Other than that, don't write any messages. Do me a favor, do not write any more messages, because I need to make sure I can get a kind of a condensed little screenshot of this to send over to him. So thank you all for playing. If you've already written your name, you can go ahead and hop off. I'm going to hop off after I get this screenshot anyways. But again, I'm going to give you 1 more minute to write your name in the chat. And then that'll be it. Time are we at? 8:15. So 8:16. I'm taking the screenshot. You guys better have your name in if you want it. Oh boy, I'm tired of coughing. I'm super congested, guys. I don't know why. I just got congested out of nowhere. All right, 8:16. I'm taking the screenshot. If you're not in, I'm sorry. I can't do any better than what I'm doing. I'm like literally giving away everything. Send me a message after that. You need to send me a message to that Facebook page letting me know that you are one of the winners for tonight's mentorship program. Yes, this is the Padawans Mentorship Program. Marketing Agency Padawans. All right, ladies and gents, thank you all for stopping by. You guys have a great rest of your night. I'm going to get out of here. I need to go buy a GPU, but you guys all enjoy, and I will talk to you next time, every Thursday at 7:30 p.m. EST. Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like the video, and make sure you check out the stuff in the description right below. Trust me, there's tons of really good stuff. But that is it. I will talk to you all next Thursday, again, 7:30 p.m. EST. Until then, Serial Entrepreneur out. Bye, guys.